teachers of Reddit. What is the stupidest reason a kid has told on someone else? Teacher. Taylor's face is making me sick, and he won't look away from me. Stop looking at him, and take your damn nap. Thomas has never heard such bullshit before. Fucking slayed me. He said a bad word. I'm standing right next to him, and I didn't hear anything. Well, I can read his mind. I mean, how do you prove someone isn't telepathic? What am I thinking of? Llamas? How did you know? Little girls runs up to me at recess and says another girl called her the C word. I was thinking, oh no, not the C word. I explained that she was just going to have to tell me exactly what the other girl called her. She said she called her coochie. Not at all what I was thinking. I had a kid say their friend said the Q word. I never did get to the bottom of what he meant. Quetzalcoatlus. Quetzalcoatlus my second favorite pterosaur. What's your favorite pterosaur then? In 2nd grade my friend told the class tattletale that he was a snitch. And the kid stood right up out of his desk and yelled to the teacher he called me a snitch. I am not a snitch. And my friend said you're doing it right now. Stupid. And it was all during a silent reading time. And it was super quiet up until that point. What did the teacher do? She made all the boys stay inside during recess, since we caused all the issues in class, and tried to find a way we could talk our problems out. Just imagine trying to get a bunch of badass 2nd graders to have heart-to-hearts. Tim, when you say that about me, it makes me feel like punching you in the head. When I was in the 3rd grade, people treated me like a criminal because I killed somebody. I had a student, 2nd grade, that would stick her tongue out just a little when she was concentrating. One day during silent reading another kid came to tell me she was being rude to him. I explained she wasn't, and it was just something she did when she was thinking really hard. His response was, well, I don't like it. To which I replied, well then don't look at her. He was all kinds of upset but stopped complaining. Good life lesson. Though, too many people never get this lesson. When I was a substitute teacher a kid told on me to the principal. I had made the OK sign with my hand at about chest level. This is the same sign that, if placed below the waist and someone sees they get to punch you. This kid told the principal she thought I was going to punch her. Reminds me of the 14Y. Kid who complained to the principal that I put him in the corner. He was moved to an empty desk closer to the corner of the room than his original seat because he wouldn't shut the F up when he was near people. I clarified that he was not forced to stand in the corner, but was asked to move seats. She asked if I'd used the words the corner when asking him to move, and I said I had, as a reference to the general location of the empty seat. She then told me that I couldn't use the word corner while moving a child, because of course he would see it as a cruel punishment. I looked her dead in the eye and said, fine. If he needs to be moved again, I'll be sure to point him in the direction of the empty seat that is located closest to the place where two walls meet to form a 90-degree angle. Kid was crazy. Principal was crazier. Fine. If he needs to be moved again, I'll be sure to point him in the direction of the principal's office. This is the correct response. He took a pen from the drawer and not a pencil. This was after I told my 17-year-old students to grab a pencil and paper because we were going to do notes that day. I have no rules about pens not being used. I just didn't say the more generic writing utensil. And the student who tattled wasn't on the spectrum and wasn't normally super literal. 17. For the love of God. I hope they were joking about that. Hahaha. The amount that 17-year-olds and 7-year-olds are the same would surprise so many people. I love my high schoolers, but they have some days where I really think, oh god, you drive cars. You will be legally an adult in a few months. The world is completely doomed. I got this feeling very often when watching my classmates. Don't get me wrong though. There are plenty of days as well where I'm in awe of what you guys accomplish, and I have no doubt that your generation will change the world. But that doesn't stop me some days from feeling the need to call my mom and just go, I'm so sorry for everything I put you through when I was 17. Haha. I was a summer camp counselor, 18 years old at the time. A boy, we'll call him Brian, about 13 to 14 years old, came up to another counselor and I almost crying. He complained younger kids, 4 to 5 boys about 10, 11 years old, were teasing him because of how he ran. Brian claimed, lied, his gym teacher told him humans run faster by not using their arms. We asked him if he could demonstrate his superior human ability and show us this run. He literally ran like a Naruto ninja and looked absolutely ridiculous. We had to fight hard to hold back the laughs. We told the younger kids to stop teasing him, but also suggested Brian, his gym teacher, may be wrong. Whatever you are picturing, magnify the insanity by 10. It was like he learned how to run watching only Napoleon Dynamite and Naruto. This totally legitimate news source says otherwise. https://www.animemoru.com/scientists find that running like Naruto actually faster /lmayo. Oh wow, nice. I think I have the other camp counselor as a Facebook friend. Totally going to send that to them. Thank you. Ice. The girl in front of me in the line won't stop saying mint. He was correct. She was indeed repeating the word mint. My class had an annoying word too. It was chicken. Always upset that someone was saying chicken. Chicken. Chicken livers. Chicken nuggets. Chicken. Our teacher got so annoyed with everyone saying lush. For anything remotely good, she banned the use of the word with the key caveat of unless you are saying lush green grass. Cue the boys of a whole history class shouting lush green grass whenever anything happened. 4th grade. She's looking at me. Every time I look over, she's looking at me. I was told on in 5th grade for looking at a boy. The teacher sided with me because our desks were positioned so we were facing each other. Where else could I look? For breathing too loudly. Grade 4. I wanted to just walk away for good. You really can't make this up, Mayo. I'm not a teacher, but I did work in a school environment in the past, and I'll never forget the time a kid came up to me furiously upset that his friend stole his toy. Seems relatively fair, right? Until about 5 to 10 minutes later, when I finally calmed him down enough to discover that this supposed toy was an imaginary made up one. Really? Like you just can't imagine up a second one? Or a few hundred spares? Turns out imaginary toy politics are quite strict. Like you just can't imagine up a second one. It's not that easy. That would just cause the value of imaginary toys to plummet. That kid understands basic economics. A man of wisdom. In 7th grade, I still had no idea what a swastika was. A Jewish friend was explaining it to me and had me draw it out. After I drew it in exact detail to what he said to do, he immediately got up and told the teacher I was drawing swastikas. I tried to erase it, but the damage was done. I got a week's detention on lunch for that shit. Even after I explained what happened. I'm reading these stories about kids telling someone to do something and then telling on them. And I just have to say those type of kids are pussies. How about these ones? OMG, I'll tell on you, raise their hand. Can I go to the bathroom? That's closer to a prank. Not a clever one though. Not a teacher. But way back in kindergarten I had a girl who sat next to me who hated my fucking guts. And she was a tattletale too. Every day in class, it would always be something like Theater Kitty is looking at me. Theater Kitty is putting her notebook on my side of the desk. It didn't help that I was a huge cribby and would burst into tears when she told on me. She really fucked me up. Jeez. The teacher shoulder separated y'all. They're teasing me because they're saying I sneezed and got snot everywhere and didn't wash my hands, and now they're saying I have allergy and they don't want to touch my pencils. Well, I did see you sneeze. Did you wash your hands? No. I don't think I can help you here. Go and wash your hands. Not a teacher, but when I was a kid I was in an argument with my best friend. He went home crying to his parents because I had called him a mighty maggot. His parents asked why I would call him that. Because I called him that first, he responded. Cue his dad calling me mighty maggot for the rest of our friendship. I'd consider the phrase mighty maggot a compliment, lol. Always thought it would be a good name for a metal band. Mighty Maggots. Kinda sounds like a Slipknot cover band. Teaching 4th grade, I had to deal with an inconsolably crying child attempting to explain some traumatic event he was dealing with Turns out Brian had said that Roblox was bad. Another time teaching year 2, I had to move a child away from a group of girls as they were calling him gay. After moving him and having serious words with the group, I noticed him sitting back on the mean girls table. Reason? He needed his peach crayon. I don't blame the dude. How are you gonna draw people without a peach crayon? I honestly can't remember what they were drawing. I'm with him though. Seriously. Why should he suffer if mean girls are mean? But they are so fetch.